welcome to this edition of Connections. I'm Christy Naus with the Community Foundation, and I'm here today with my friend and colleague, Jordan Richardson. Jordan, thanks for joining.
Thank you so much.
Jordan works in our charitable giving department, and what we like to say is when people put their flip-flops away, they start thinking about year-end charitable giving. And looking outside right now, I think the flip-flops are put away.
The flip-flops are gone.
And the phones are ringing at the Community Foundation. So I asked Jordan to join me today to just think about some of the things that he is seeing in terms of year-end giving. And so I think your phone is ringing by some of your friends who have to take a required distribution out of their IRA. Is that right?
That is right. So a lot of ways to give at the Community Foundation, but the one that you're mentioning is the IRA Charitable Rollover. And that applies to anyone over 70 and a half. So we're happy to celebrate your half birthday with you when you turn 70 and a half.
We'll even bring a cupcake, right?
Exactly, why not? But then it really gets powerful when you turn 72, which is where you have to take a required distribution from your IRA. Mm-hmm. And we like the idea of doing charitable giving out of an IRA at that point, because it's tax-free to you as the taxpayer.
Yeah. So if they're taking that required distribution, they have to pay taxes on that as if it's income, right?
They would, yeah, exactly.
So this is a way to get it right out of your account, get it over to the Community Foundation to support the charities you care about, and forget about having to pay that tax.
Right, exactly. And the nice thing about doing that through the Community Foundation is you can make one distribution from IRA, split it among a number of nonprofit organizations, and you could even apply for an Endowed Iowa tax credit on top of that.
Jordan is definitely your guy if you want to talk about that, and you can reach out to him at the Community Foundation direct line, 883-2626 for sure. All right, so what else are you seeing in terms of like people talking about, oh, I might be interested in a tax deduction. How does that work? How can charitable giving support that?
Yeah, so I think there's a pretty large awareness that there's deductibility involved with charitable giving,
right.
But there's some percentages involved with that and some complexity that just makes it a little bit more confusing.
Yes.
So one of those percentages is there's a limit to the number of dollars that you can give to charity and deduct that off of your AGI, adjusted gross income. And that percentage changes over time. And last year and this year it was increased from, it used to be 60% of your AGI, and now it's 100%. So last year and this year you could give up to 100% of your income and deduct all of that as
in
a charitable
cash.
gift. In cash.
These are cash gifts that we're talking about right now. Yep.
Yeah.
So incredible. That could really be, if somebody is interested in that, that could be just a huge incentive to them.
Exactly.
But then there are others that take other types of deduction, right, for charitable giving. And
Right.
how does that work for your general taxpayer that maybe isn't necessarily giving cash but wants to support at year end?
Yeah, so I also think about 90% of us take the standard deduction on our taxes, and that standard deduction is in lieu of itemizing, so you're not deducting your charitable gifts one by one. But something that's new in the last couple of years there is this above the line deduction, where you could deduct up to $300 per taxpayer of charitable giving, above the line before that moment where you need to choose between standard or itemized.
Yeah, and so this is for everybody.
For everybody, right? So you could still take that standard deduction, but then deduct, $300 or $600 for a married couple of charitable giving as well.
And so many of you are thinking about giving. That's just a great incentive as well, and that can be to charities directly, or it could be through the Community Foundation. And happy to help you think about that too. We're also getting calls from folks who are saying, look, I want to give something at year end. Where are the community needs? How can you help me get connected? That's part of our mission too, right? Connecting donors with causes they care about. So what's a tool that we've got to help donors get connected? Yeah,
so we have GiveDSM. GiveDSM.org is a website that we launched a few years ago. And it's a way to do just that, Christy, to connect donors to causes they care about. So if you were to go on that website today, you would see a large list of timely needs, capital campaign needs, annual needs from local nonprofits, just a way to become aware of what's out there in the community and where you might align with some of your personal values and goals for giving with what's currently happening around the community.
I love it. GiveDSM.org is probably one of my favorite tools that we offer. And we hear stories of families coming around the computer as they're coming together over the holidays saying, you know what, let's do something about homelessness in our community. And you can search by homelessness, you can get connected right then and there, make that gift together, and show your kids how to do that, or just experience it with your family, and grown children or younger children, doesn't really matter. And it's just a way to connect to your local community and help support them in times of need. So thank you for all you do for our community, Jordan, and to help donors get connected. I know your phone is ringing hard with those starting donor advised funds before year end, those that have appreciated stock that they want to get over before year end, and so we've got a team of people here to help you. Again, direct number 515-883-2626 or DesMoinesFoundation.org. Thanks for joining us and remembering we're better together.